You guys tell me when you're ready.
Ready.
Oh, yeah, we've been saying it. Yep.
Oh, sorry. 3, 2, 1, live.
And welcome to this afternoon's OUA men's basketball game between the Algoma University Thunderbirds and the Lakehead Thunderwolves. This afternoon's contest is brought to you by SiouxSports.com. It's Michael Magley here, Daniel Scarpino, Jay Houselander in studio, and Chris Carr, Superstar, coming to you live from the George Leach Center in Sault Ste. Marie. And we're off and running with these two Northern Ontario rivals, Scarp.
Yeah, we are, and looking forward to this contest. Lakehead trying to stay flying high, and T-Birds are looking for that first elusive victory of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. Lakehead coming off a big victory on Friday night versus Guelph. And Algoma 0-5 looking for their first win of the season. Getting better every game as they've suited up 9 new players in this year's lineup. With just 3 returning players from last year. And we'll introduce the starters here. Number 1, Alejo. Number 3, Oliver Christofferson. 7, John-Luc Kubahiro. It'll also be, we had one change, Tyson Francisco and Elliot Karen, who are starters for Algoma.
Kind of a frantic start. I know it's only 1 minute and 5 seconds in, but a frantic start to this contest, Mike. Both sides.
Yeah, for sure. I was pausing there because I did have Beyond Dang in the initial starting lineup, and it's not Elliot Karen, so apologies to number 11. Dang is in the contest for Algoma. As, a bit of a frantic start. Lakehead starters, number 1, Chris Segal. High-flying Harold Santa Cruz, top scorer in the OUA, number 23. Adrian Novak, Yunrao, and Kolabali. As we got our first bucket of the afternoon.
First bucket of the afternoon, a little bit too easy on the inside, to be fair, but I mean, when you got the likes of Santa Cruz and Slagle, it's a hard duo to slow down, no doubt. It was Santa Cruz who got the assist.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know you had a chance to talk to the head coach before the game, and I think it was just that as part of the game plan, right?
Slow down 1, slow down 9, but the emphatic message was you can't outright stop them, but you can work to slow them down.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe part of that strategy working right there as Slagle called for a push-off, I'll say, and it'll be a turnover there.
I thought initially they were going to get him for a carry, if I'm being honest, but if you're Algoma, probably take the foul instead.
And it's Christofferson in the paint, takes his first shot. His first shot ever in Algoma uniform was a triple from downtown for their top scorer, number 3, Oliver Christofferson. First shot he took today is a miss. And there's a miss there for Lakehead. So just a 2-point ball game right now. Algoma in possession. Losing the handle there, and was Christofferson, and it's going to cost him 2 as he just took his eye off that pass and put his teammate in a bad spot as Alejo was trying to guard that.
Yeah, I think they were kind of caught between two minds in the sense that when there was the loose ball, they didn't know if Alejo was going to grab it, didn't know if it was if Christofferson was going to grab it. That's a travel, isn't it? Everyone's calling for a travel, and I can't believe we got away with that.
They're going to let it run, so it'll be a 6-point spread right now as Lakehead likes to score quickly and often. So 6-0 run. Let's see if Algoma can get organized. It's Alejo. Corner to Christofferson. Down low to Whitmell. Oh, nice move by Whitmill and doesn't get the shot to go. It's, Whitmill for Algoma. And foul will be called against Christofferson, and that's going to send the Lakehead player to the line to shoot 3. So I think your comment still is resonating with me. A little bit of a frantic start here.
Yeah.
I'm a little frazzled myself as we get going here. Logan Whitmill, number 30, is in the ball game. First-year player for Algoma. Local player based out of Sault Ste. Marie.
That's really cool to see that. And he's been having a pretty decent season, to be fair. Credit to him.
Yeah, he's been off to a great start. Got banged up a little bit in game number 2 versus Laurier. Played through it. Averaging close to 10 points per game as Lakehead does a nice job there. They're on a 9-0 run, and Algoma's going to let his players try to figure it out here. It's Alejo now. Turns, spins, fires. That was Dang on the miss. So still coming up empty on the offense. And that's a splash, and now we're going to get a timeout. So a quick run of 12 points there will send us to a timeout, and getting a bit of a restart, and we're going to step away to get ourselves settled here. You're watching Thunderbirds basketball on OUA TV, brought to you by SiouxSports.com.
We're out.
Sorry, I must have started the wrong start. Oh, no, it's all right. I was trying to get my head around. I was like, why do I recognize this guy? He's good. Well, I must have just recognized him from maybe 2 years ago when he was here. I don't fucking know, but I was like, why does he look familiar? He also played at. What's his name? Ryan Thompson.
Okay, Jay, we're good.
You ready?
Yeah, I got to get myself back into this. Let's go.
3, 2, 1, live.
And welcome back. It's Thunderbird basketball on OUA TV, brought to you by SiouxSports.com. It's a quick 12-0 run for the Lakehead Thunderwolves here, Scarp.
Yeah, very quick, and we were talking about it, sort of a chaotic, frantic start to the game, both ends of the court, but it's Lakehead who comes out on the better side of it in comparison to the T-Birds as they're looking for their first bucket of the game.
And Algoma talked about it, drew something up, and it was Whitmill with an open look from the outside. Doesn't take too many shots from out there and comes up empty one more time, so it'll be Slagle and company back to work on offense. Good opportunity there for Algoma to take that one away, but 3 chances, and Kalabali, the Ottawa native, spins and fires. 14-0 is your score. Christofferson now with a little bit of a fake dribble handoff with Whitmill. Alejo, who's been hot of late, with a nice lefty layup. Well done by Alejo. He really got his team going on the road trip, averaging just over 11 points. He's been pretty solid for a second-year player.
Pretty solid indeed, and last year was a huge learning curve for him, but despite the fact that it was a learning curve for him, he had a ton of playing time, and a really nice defensive effort there from Alejo once again.
Doing it on both ends of the court. Khalil Alejo. I told you he had a pretty good weekend away. 18 versus Windsor, 17 points versus Western. Call that a really good weekend. Doesn't matter what league you're playing in, as Alejo's guarded tightly now by Lakehead. Whitmill is going to try it once more time from downtown, and he drops it. Good, all the way from Aurora's west side for Logan Whitmill.
Such a cool thing to see a Sioux product in the game and doing well for this T-Birds team, as he's tasked with a very difficult defensive assignment today to guard Santa Cruz, but that's back-to-back possessions where he does a phenomenal job. Whitmill does, so credit to him.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. That's a tough assignment. He's up for the challenge. Whitmill making the jump from the collegiate circuit. Spent a couple years playing OC AA ball in North Bay, Canadore College.
Yes. Actually, when I was away there at school, I really enjoyed going to watch those Canadore games. They were a lot of fun. Nice. Kind of a high school-esque gym, to be honest, but that never got loud in there. It was really cool.
Got to check it out, is what you're saying.
100%, yeah. I mean, obviously, when I was there, he wasn't there. He would have still been either elementary school or high school at the time, but I'm assuming elementary school.
Oh, you're still young, though, Scar.
Well, I appreciate that. But Canadore College is a cool college nonetheless.
Yeah, sharing a campus with Nipissing. Sure they share some facilities there. And
many.
Good facilities there on defense for Algoma. And now after the Alejo and Whitmill bucket, Algoma on a bit of a run, and Alejo! I call that an excellent timeout by the coach. Absolutely got his team reset. And Khalil Alejo starting to take over this game. It's 4 for him. And now cutting that lead, that 14-point lead, in half to just 7 now.
Yeah, a good timeout indeed, just to reset. A little soccer action there from Algoma's Dang. He's trying it again. Entertainment nonetheless. Yeah, worked the first time.
I don't see that intentionally by a player, but okay, there's Santa Cruz on the miss. And good work by number 4, Chance Scarrett, on the defensive effort. Now the ball's in his hands, as it's number 20. Now Dang. Now Kubahiro. Uh, 74 charged with the foul. That's Hernandez.
I think, if I'm being really honest, I thought it was a bit soft, but
I was not sure what was called there. So I guess my eyes thought the same thing. I was like, what happened there? So yeah. It's one of the Hernandez on the score sheet charged with that foul. Alejo doesn't make him pay, though, so 14-7 your score. 2:40 left in this contest, and Slago losing the handle. It's a presence of mind to try to make that pass, but it falls into the hands of Alejo. Now a little give and go. Comes up a little short. Kubahiro. Somehow that ball caromed to him. So a second chance opportunity. Can Algoma cash in? Scarrett is going to pop up a 3. Miss, but Kubahiro. Oh! The basket in the N1. What's going on here?
That's a basket in the N1, and this Algoma bench is fired up as they claw their way back into this contest, being down 12. Now with the chance to cut it to 4. Super late in the shot clock, as it was Scarrett who banked his 3-point attempt off glass. There was an offensive rebound, turns into an N1 situation.
Yeah, good work following the shot by Kubahiro. Give himself the N1 situation and doesn't cash in. So 14-9 is your score. We've basically had 2 scoring streaks, one by Lakehead 14, now Algoma by 9. Let's see if they can break the Algoma run. And they do.
A little too easy for the Thunderwolves to get inside.
Yeah, it's the first-year player, Rose. Found himself an easy bucket. Scarrett and Christofferson. Now Francisco. Top of the key, Christofferson. Oh, travel called. Kubahiro.
I thought maybe for a second he was just going to get away with it. Because
Yeah,
he did try to put the ball on the floor, but it was a touch too late.
yeah, and there was a hand in there too, so the referee was looking to see did it get knocked, but correct call on the floor.
For sure.
So another turnover for Algoma. Late stages of this one, and it's a deep three by number 8, Hernandez. Unable to get it to go.
It's amazing ball movement from Lakehead. Turns into a deep three, and it was just a little short, but amazing ball movement nonetheless.
Certainly got some talent on this Lakehead team. As you mentioned, a really good record coming into this game as Whitmell is just hacked. And he unleashes a roar, and I don't blame him because he took a shot, finished the play, and gives himself the N1 opportunity.
Took a couple shots, really. First one across the arm and chest, and then the next one across the jaw. Kudos for him to continue to go to the rack and finish that play. Not easy to do.
Fully agree. That was a tough play, and just unable to finish it. He's usually pretty good from the line, but maybe those 2 shots to the chops impacted us. Christofferson on the steal.
I do wonder if that's a bit of a bailout call, to be fair. I don't know. We talked about the soft one against Algoma on the low block, or against Lakehead rather. This one seems to be a soft one against Algoma.
Christofferson trying to get himself going. It's Lakehead now on the right wing. Hernandez, his pass doesn't go. As Jorge doesn't find its destination, so it'll be a turnover here.
That it will, and maybe some justice if you're Algoma to get the ball back, perhaps.
Funny how that works out, eh?
Funny how it works out, really. But, I mean, if you're Lakehead, you can't cross the halfway line, pick up your dribble in the corner. You're only asking for problems. And Whitmell's going to go to the line again.
Yeah, absolutely. Well-earned second trip to the line for Whitmell. As I mentioned, he's pretty decent from the line coming into the game, 72% from the charity stripe for the big man. Bangs that one in. Give him 6 early.
Am I right in saying that he went to White Pines, correct?
Yes.
I remember those days. I think he won himself at least one city championship.
Certainly got the winning pedigree as he makes this now a 1-score game, 16-13. Thought we were in trouble, but got ourselves a contest. Well done, Algoma U. And a quick answer by Gavin Ashworth. Algoma will play for last shot here as Whitmell is absolutely chopped.
Technical
and
foul?
He will be shooting too.
Technical foul against Whitmell.
Oh, really?
Yep. Must have said something. All for nothing, really, in that situation now.
Okay, I thought Lakewood was in... or
one more, I guess, right? 4 fouls?
Is there not 5 on the board? But
oh, yeah, maybe.
So
5 against Lakehead, yeah.
So I thought Whitmell was heading to the line.
Yeah. I fully agree with you, Mike. Yeah, I looked at the scoreboard wrong. It's 4 against... So he will get to shoot then. Okay, so there is the bonus.
Didn't look like anybody was setting up for that. So
no, there was so much confusion on the court with the technical foul. Referees holding up 2 and then 1, and ball goes to the other end of the court. But regardless, we're here now.
So it doesn't cost him anything, and Whitmell, thankfully, it doesn't cost him anything. Get an earful from the coach.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate moment for him, really and truly, because I mean, now that's charged as a personal foul too, right?
Mm-hmm. And cashes in his best quarter in the OUA. And Logan Whitmill, to your point, another storyline coming up with personal foul tally. I believe he's at least got 2, but we'll check the official stats after cue number 1. And some good work there by Algoma to claw their way back into it. We got a heck of a game here. 19-15 is your score.
From 12-0 down to making it a 4-point game, that timeout from head coach Ryan Vitry was probably really crucial and critical because it's been a really nice bounce back since then, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. So speaking of bounce backs, we're going to bounce back in about 60 seconds and step away. You're watching Algoma Thunderbirds basketball on OUA TV, brought to you by SiouxSports.com. We're out. Thanks. Action of Algoma Thunderbirds basketball on OUA TV. Michael Magley, Daniel Scarpino, Jay Houselander, and Chris Carr Superstar. Proud to be with you on this Sunday afternoon. Highlights after the first quarter of play were what, Scarp?
Well, the mere fact that Logan Whitmill is the high scorer with 9, and I would say that on a rebounding front, it's Lakehead who's controlling that, giving themselves a few extra possessions, which probably equates to the few extra baskets, but not a whole heck of a lot to separate these two teams in the first quarter, Mike.
Yeah, great job by Algoma to hang with these Thunderwolves. Alejo puts up a tough shot, almost got it to drop. Anytime you could outscore Santa Cruz and Sagal in a quarter, you're doing a good thing. And Whitmill, to your point, had a really good quarter. Lakehead off and running here, 23-15 now.
A lot of trust as well being put in Christofferson. He's already on 2 fouls. One more, he's in a bit of jeopardy, if you will.
What a finish there by Christofferson. This guy hustles, he battles, he can shoot too. I would say probably not a great quarter for him. At Q1, you're going to see him heat up in this quarter.
100%. And I mean, you need players like that in your team, don't you? Guys who are just going to hustle, graft, grind, put in a shift. And as a young player himself, it's nice to see.
Yeah, for sure. Just his second year in playing in Canada, if you will. First year at Algoma. Played out west.
I mean, this whole Algoma roster, Mike, is just insanely young. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that before, to tell you the truth.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
9 new faces, just getting to learn to play with each other, right? So
yes.
They will get better as the season goes on, and seen the growth already as Whitmill just got hammered. He continues to just take shots.
That's Slagel's second personal, by the way.
Yeah. Coach is going to keep him in a game. Schlegel does get into foul trouble. at times, so something to watch as the shot from Algoma is completely off rim and just bounces out of bounds. So it's 2 points for Algoma in this quarter. That from the Denmark native Christoffersen, as we got a 25-17 score. Corner three is good from from Ashworth. And we got a timeout on the floor.
Yeah, again, sensible, I think. Lakehead going on that run. Just try and slow things down a little bit.
Yeah, I was just looking. Ashworth barely played in the first quarter, just 2 minutes. But in that time, he hit a three as well. So he's 2 for 2, if I'm not mistaken, from beyond the arc.
It's a pretty decent stat line, and we talked about it with the women. You know, Lakehead coming off that game against Guelph, so maybe some heavy legs, if not from the game, certainly from traveling, or perhaps a bit of both. And not showing too many ill signs of it here, maybe with the exception of bailing Algoma out with some cheap fouls, but from an offensive perspective, 28 points on the board already. Lakehead look pretty lethal from an offensive point of view.
Yeah, absolutely. Their season average, I should say, is typically 85 points. Pretty prolific.
Yeah, it's not a low-scoring stat line, is it?
No, and when I say that game between them and Guelph was a slugfest, it was a slugfest. Went down to the wire, came from behind multiple times, ended up getting the victory.
Illegal screen, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be called against Whitmill, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's going to be his second personal as well. You remember the technical foul in the first quarter, which got charged as a personal, so that'll be his second now. But head coach Ryan Vitry talked about putting trust in Christoffersen, talked about Lakehead's coach putting trust in Sligo. Whitmill's going to stay on the floor.
Yeah, we'll see if he can play through it. Got to be careful, though.
See how he had to pull out of that one,
he had to back away. A smart move, anyway. There's Lakehead with the bucket. 30-17 now is your score. Alejo turns, spins, fires, drops it, bang!
He looks such a more mature player this year than last. Not to say he was an immature player last year, but a first-year player learning his craft. He looks smooth and clean this year, no doubt.
Yeah, no doubt. Making his mark in year number 2. Lakehead with the answer there.
There's a little bit of trash talk going on the low block between Whitmill and Koulibaly. Not sure what about, but trash talk nonetheless.
A little bit of part of the game. There's a little give and go with Christoffersen and Whitmill. Whitmill, the step back shot doesn't go. So 32-19. A shot from beyond the arc for Lakehead. Number 14 doesn't go as Ashworth really feeling it. With a little bit of a heat check there. Off the mark. And Alejo to Christoffersen. That just bangs off the rim. A chance to talk to him earlier in the week. He's got his grandparents visiting.
Oh, nice.
From Denmark. Welcome to Sault Ste. Marie. Nice to have that family support for sure.
No doubt.
As he looks to get his first three-pointer. Scarrett. Nice little move. Oh, dribble turns around. And what a move and what a finish by number 4, Scarrett.
Beautiful move and finish. Nice hands at the rim as well.
Nice little solo effort. 32-21 now.
I guess Christoffersen won't mind our winters then if he's a Denmark product. Should be all right.
He's told me no big deal.
Yeah, I'm sure it's just going to be just fine.
Spent the year out in Alberta. Said so far so good. Said Northern Ontario is not Alberta, so make sure you got a warm jacket.
That's it, man. Mind you, for November, we've been holding up all right here, and I've been tasked with some early morning runs, including one today, and it wasn't too shabby. Usually we get hit a little harder in November at this time.
Yeah, it was certainly a beautiful morning. But we did get our first snowfall about a week ago, and it was not looking good there for a while.
No. All but dissipated, though. It went away pretty quickly.
Yeah, while we were commiserating about the weather, Alejo banged in a couple shots from the line to make it now 23 points for Algoma, 32 for Lakehead.
And I'm sure I'll be corrected if I'm wrong, but it looked like a 1-2-2 three-quarter court press there from Algoma on that last defensive possession, giving this Lakehead team a different look.
Yeah, trying something different there, and Algoma knocked it out of bounds, so it'll be Lakehead setting up their offense off a set piece here. Algoma territory. Dribble handoff between Sagal and Santa Cruz, and he finds him in the paint, rolls, spins, fires, misses, and just swatted out of bounds, or swatted out of the paint by a Lakehead player, but lands in the hands of Francisco, Number 15, Tyson Francisco. He's going to find the ball again, this time in the offensive zone. Kubahiro, Alejo, just 5 seconds now. Dribbles, shoots, comes up a little short. Santa Cruz with the left-handed pass on the right wing to Sagal. Sagal dribble behind the back.
I'll tell you what, Algoma's doing a great job against Sagal.
Yeah, no, he's bottled up.
He's been incredibly quiet. I haven't seen him do much of anything.
No, he's had more turnovers than points. He's got 3 turnovers. And tell you who's making a mark. Alejo's been absolutely dynamite.
Very much so. His confidence, like I said, he's just looked such a mature player. It's really nice to see the growth.
Absolutely. And last year, of course, typically was sporting the goggles on the court.
Yep.
The sports goggles, and once again, just that time it was Dang. Called for the travel. Just between two minds, I think I've heard you say it a few times, right?
Yes. Wanted to jump and pass off of the screen, but the pass wasn't on. As soon as you leave your feet, ball's got to go.
Absolutely. So another turnover. Santa Cruz.
Whitmill is on those 2 fouls. Let's remember that.
Yeah,
that's an over-the-back foul, isn't it?
Shouldn't it have been, right?
I thought so. Really great box out from Whitmill.
Yeah. Just because you're taller doesn't mean you don't call that, but not called. And now stripped, and big-time flush by Kolobali. Was with authority. 36-25 now is your score. Just over 2 minutes left in the first half. Christofferson, Whitmill, Dang. Will spot up a 3, drops it like it's hot. Like a hot and ready pizza from Little Caesars. Dang. That was pretty.
Oh. That'll be Whitmill's 3rd.
It'll definitely be coming out.
That'll be his quarter done. And you almost imagine in the 3rd quarter some precautions also going to be taken with that.
Yeah, Khalil Alejo will also take a seat for the balance of this quarter. It's some much needed rest. As good work by Boomer, the mascot, creating a lot of noise in that corner. As Unre left-handed shooter. Tries to correct from the line, and that one doesn't go either, but
he's going to get another crack at it, I think.
Yeah, Kubahiro jumped a little early. Don't like to bail the competitor out, but oh, you didn't there. Yeah, Kubahiro knew he had to work for that rebound. Oh my goodness. Just some miscommunication there. Francisco and Scarrett right in front of the coach. So all that work on the defensive end, and you just cough it up.
And in a pretty crucial moment, I'd say. I mean, you get a bucket on that last possession. That's a big deal, I think.
Oh, yeah. Francisco. Tyson Francisco just stripped that ball right out of Santa Cruz's possession.
Francisco's work ethic is second to none.
Yeah, I totally agree. So he makes up for it on the back end. Scarrett, corner three, can't get it to go. And here's I don't know what we call that. Thought he was going to dunk it, but a nice little lay-in. 10-point lead now restored. Algoma hanging around with these high-flying Thunderwolves.
1 minute left to go here in the second quarter as Christofferson chucks up a three. And he gets that to go. That's good, all the way from the Pino's parking lot.
Banging in the three is Christofferson. I told you he'd light it up.
Only a matter of time. Puts the lead to 7.
Yeah, big-time three, and then they get the stop on the other end. Ball once again in the hands of Christofferson. Just under a minute. He's carving his way into Lakehead territory. They're swarming now. Oh, shots up. Doesn't go. That was number 20. Inigwe for Algoma. Coming in for Whitmill. Oh, Santa Cruz.
Smart foul.
Yeah, absolutely taken out by Scarrett. There's just a couple seconds difference between the shot clock and the game clock in that scenario.
But if you're Algoma, it's a smart foul, 1, because you're not going to give him an easy one underneath. And number 2, to send him to the line is probably a wise move in the sense that underneath the basket, he's 90%, I'm sure, of it from the line, less so, as he goes 50% there.
Well, I totally agree with you. So you make him earn it, and now you gain yourself an extra possession where you probably wouldn't have had this shot right now and had a chance to go. So
right.
I agree with you.
And at the end of 2, Mike, it's an 8-point game.
Yeah, we got ourselves a ball game. So we're going to step away for approximately 14 minutes. Why don't you join us back here for the conclusion of this one. You're watching Thunderbirds basketball on OUA TV, brought to you by SiouxSports.com.
En route.
Thanks.
but it's another careless turnover, isn't it, Mike? That's
It's too easy.
Sagel's first points of the game, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to say one of the storylines, right? He was shut out
Completely.
and now wouldn't even say it was the pressure that created those errant passes. They were just careless.
Careless indeed, but it's a nice bucket there. It's a 3-point shot from Jean-Luc Kubahiro. It's good. All the way from the Hiawatha Highlands.
So Kubahiro hanging out at the Highlands. Big time three. Got that lead now 43-34. Sagal looking for the foul there, doesn't get it. So his 3-point attempt back rim. Dang, really feeling it. Missed shot, but good work by Logan Whitmell, but his little layup doesn't work. And miss both ends. Santa Cruz looking for the foul. I think there was a little bit of theatrics there.
That's deep.
That is deep by Callejo. Doesn't get it to go. Now Lakehead in transition. Oh, nice move and a good finish on that layup by Nowak. Actually, his first bucket of the afternoon.
And you know, Mike, it's so interesting to start the game. We talked about the frantic and chaotic start. What a frantic and chaotic start to start this half. Head coach Ryan Thompson of these Lakehead Thunderwolves, he didn't stand up since the first quarter. He's up on his feet now, maybe just to get things settled. I really don't know. It's all over the shop.
Yeah, 11-point spread now. Just goes to show you, no two games are ever alike, but this one has just had a strange start to the game, as you mentioned, and now the third quarter. Dang now. To Whitmell. Whitmell's back in the game. You mentioned it. He's got some foul troubles that he's contending with, and he also has to jump and put that over Santa Cruz. And how about that performance as he gets knocked in the process?
You know, and Whitmell's checking his lip now. You can tell he's not happy, and I can't say that. Yeah, I don't disagree with him one bit, but he is going to have to keep his head. He's going to have to keep his cool because the referees aren't really barging much, are they? So it's it's going to be something he's going to have to play through.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's a matter of, I'm drawing fouls somewhat easily, if you will.
Yes.
Right? He's got 3 and maybe the mindset. And he is getting hacked and hit and chipped. But you just got to keep playing through it. Do your job and let the refs do their job.
That's right.
And right there, another defensive rebound, give him 3. Whitmell, the local product, and Dang rips that off of the iron. Sagal was motioning to his coach, like, what do you want? What play? Can't hear you.
His coach just put his arms out. I don't think he cared what he called. There was a broken play at the end of it anyways. He found a bucket.
Yeah, I was going to say. Dialed something up that generated 2 points. Christofferson, nice pass. Corner. Alejo. That doesn't go. Oh, some good work down low by Kubahiro.
Really good second chance opportunity. Those ones got to go, unfortunately, though. Great to grab the offensive rebound. Good to go back up. Be nice to finish it.
Yeah, you got to finish it. And nice little lob there by Santa Cruz. It was finished by Colabelli. Seen a few players slip Slagle a few times. And Whitmell's going to get called for this one. So I think he'll check out after that offensive charge. 49-36 as the veteran Chris Sagal, point guard, gets his team organized. Down low, Santa Cruz double teamed, hook shot, and he gets it to go for Santa Cruz. I tell you, keeping that gentleman in single digits in the first half is quite a feat for Algoma.
No doubt.
I'm very happy with that. Don't let him heat up. And you know what? Scarrett just took a chop there, and he's able to finish it. Good work by him.
There's a timeout on the floor, Mike.
Yeah, let's stick around for this one.
Let's do it.
4:55 left in the third quarter. So we get things situated. 51 for Lakehead, 38 for the T-Birds.
Yeah, and this might be a decent time to take a look at the scores around the OUA from last night. Again, similar to the women, this is the only contest of the day.
Yeah, we're in prime time, man.
We are. Ottawa, much like the women, took a right pounding to Laurier, beating them 102-64. Super close one between Queens and Nipissing. Queens does edge it though, 90-87. Carleton laid the beats to Waterloo, 93-49. Close one between Ontario Tech and Laurentian. Ontario Tech takes that one, 75-72. Windsor beat McMaster, 95-82. Toronto Metropolitan beat York, 87-61. Western demolishing Brock and keeping their undefeated season going, 80-51. And Guelph beating Toronto by a score of 86-68.
So Guelph with back-to-back wins Friday and Saturday. Nice.
Bodes well, for them in the standings.
Yeah, that Windsor-Brock scoreline, that was an absolute beating.
Yes. Oh no, Western.
Or Western,
Yeah.
Western I meant. Yeah, Western-Brock, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Western put up 80 or something like that, you said?
Yeah. Beat them by 30. I mean, like I said, Western undefeated, 8-0 to start the season. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, and you and I were talking in regards to Algoma's game against Western. First half was very, very well played by Algoma against what you're telling me now, an undefeated team.
That's right.
Right, and Algoma looking for their win. So, but going back to what we were saying earlier, it's probably going to be the storyline all year. Just 9 first-year players, 3 returning players that were in fact role players last year. Bodes pretty good for, you know, the potential future and prospect of this team if they could stay together and be connected together.
Well, you said it, Mike, and I couldn't agree with you more, and I couldn't have worded it any better.
Was that Santa Cruz that hit that?
It was.
From the land down under?
Yeah, the land down under indeed. Good all the way from Madrid.
Yeah, another Spaniard.
I'm surprised that they allowed that basket to count. I thought it was inside the cylinder.
There we go.
20-point game, just like that.
Yeah, it was 8 points at half. Quickly became 10, and then they doubled it to 20.
You can almost slowly feel it unraveling, can't you?
Yeah, it's starting to unravel a little bit. Here's where what we say is coach's gut check time for the players.
Yep. And if you're Algoma, just settling things down, don't rush. Try and get a decent shot. I don't know if that one was particularly it.
Yeah, Christofferson now 1 for 5 from 3-point range, or 1 for 4, I should say. 25%.
Am I looking at it right, Mike, that Algoma's only used 3 players off the bench?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
Yeah, and you also talked about, just the amount of minutes the starters put up. Alejo and Whitmill, Christofferson. Speaks to the trust the coach has, but not using the bench a whole lot.
I almost wonder if that's, well, obviously, that's an offensive foul, isn't it? Yeah, clearly. That's out of frustration, I think. But I wonder, okay, it's a one-off game. It's a single-game weekend. Let's just ride the starters because we don't have to worry about saving the legs for the next day. So I can understand it in that way, no doubt. But not when you're committing silly fouls like that.
Yeah. It's 2 now from One from each of the starters. Whitmell called for the charge earlier, and now he's got 4. And that Christofferson. Lakehead misses their first chance. Second one missed. Tried to get a little creative on the third attempt. Did number 14 Ashworth, but missed it. So it will be Algoma ball. Christofferson, Vallejo.
Look at the battle down in the post. Look at that. That's going to be charged as a double foul, probably. Oh, just against Lakehead. I'm surprised about that, if I'm being really honest.
That was Scarrett tangled up with the Lakehead player.
I don't even know. Maybe I'm wrong. I used to, I refereed basketball for 7 years, and I remember double foul. That was a thing in that time. Granted, we didn't play FIBA rules, but I'm sure you could still call it double foul. I can't see why not.
Yeah, I believe you still can. Oh my God, Whitmell. His pass does not find its destination on the right wing. Lakehead with the attempt. That was Guziak. Not many minutes for him. He might get a second opportunity. No, he dumps it down low. And
wow. Tidy finish from Rayo.
Yeah, and Rayo. Nice work there. 63-38 now. Christofferson. That's a nice move, but a little too heavy on the take. So it'll be Santa Cruz. Madrid, Spain native, popping up another 3. Finds front rim. Lands in the hands of Callejo, but unable to corral it, and it's Lakehead Thunderwolves tying it up. That was, once again, number 21 for the Thunderwolves. Yunrei. Oh, what a move there by Santa Cruz.
This game has completely been ripped apart here in this third quarter, Mike.
Yeah, and Harold Santa Cruz definitely playing a big part of that. He's now up to 14. Dang. Pops up a 3. Santa Cruz there for the rebound.
He's got this like point forward or point center thing going. What's he on to? He's to the 10 again, and he gets it to goal. Unbelievable.
What a move. Coast to coast for Santa Cruz.
Big man running the point.
What can we say? He's an athlete.
Yeah. Victor Wembanyama-esque, shall I say?
That guy's so fun to watch.
He is fun to watch.
Fun to watch. How about Tyson Francisco? Was good all the way from the Golden Gate Bridge for Francisco. Oh, the no-looker. All the way across court.
Lakehead's doing things for fun now, Mike.
Yeah, they're just enjoying themselves on the court. There'll be a foul charged against Algoma. Book them with 4 team fouls.
And now the only player for Lakehead who hasn't gotten into the contest is in the contest now. This is number 23, Nate Smith. Bang.
Is that Santa Cruz?
Santa Cruz from the corner, another 3.
Oh, that's a monster quarter.
That is a monster quarter.
Earns himself a seat
31 points. 31 points.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got me speechless, so we're going to step away for approximately 60 seconds. You're watching Thunderbirds basketball on OUA TV, brought to you by SiouxSports.com.
Route. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
That'll be the story. That'll be the storyline of the game, like where it changed, right? Hey, where's Clayton these days? Is he done? That's a good call. Scouting?
Yeah, we're good, Jay.
3, 2, 1 live.
And welcome back to Thunderbirds basketball on OUA TV, brought to you by our friends at SiouxSports.com. Wow, Scarp, that was a monster quarter for Lakehead.
Well, and you know what? Barring something insane happening this fourth and final quarter, the storyline will be after this game where things changed. It'll be that third quarter, and that's what people will be talking about. Lakehead outscoring the T-Birds 31-10, and that's where the complexion of the game totally changed. 8-point game at halftime, and now this is all but said and done. A huge third quarter from the Lakehead Thunderwolves.
Yeah, 21-point differential in that quarter. I'm sure the task at hand is to win this quarter, make it respectable. As Francisco says, I got you, coach. I got you. Good, all the way from Aurora's West Side Pizza Shop, serving up a good slice of pizza. Francisco serving up the bombs from downtown.
Well, it's back-to-back for him.
Yeah, give him 6. Probably only 10 minutes of play, so it's not bad. Oh, it was pretty.
Was pretty, and like we said, you know, it seems like this Lakehead team is just doing things for fun, driving, kicking, one-handed passes, no-look passes. Last quarter, a couple of behind-the-back passes. Not that they ever worked out, but 2 alley-oop passes. You know, it's becoming fun for Lakehead now.
Francisco just unable to get anything to go there. Turns it over. And Hernandez, 74, comes up empty from distance. And Khalil, you and I were saying in the break that was held off the score sheet in the third quarter, but there he goes with the and one situation.
It's a nice take from Alejo. Comes up a little bit shaken, so it seems, but I think he's going to be just fine.
Took a bit of a knock there. Perfect from the line. And that continues, so give him 13. 72-47. We said we're the only game in town for the OUA, but certainly we're up against it for trying to get viewers with the NFL this Sunday afternoon in the Grey Cup here in Canada.
Totally. We're up against it indeed, but good to be here nonetheless. As Nate Smith gets his first bucket, and everybody's loving that. The bench, the women's team, everyone's on their feet.
Fan favorite here,
Totally.
Nate Smith. Cam Loops, BC native, second-year player. We're going to see how many points he's got on the season because that was an eruption by the bench. Oh, Whitmill with a nice pass. Oh, turning and firing. Not able to get it to go. Aniwa. And back the other way. Good rebound by Aniwa. To Dang, to Christofferson. Calling for a screen now. Christofferson to the corner to Dang's got to put it up. Left-hander doesn't go. Santa Cruz now. Whitmill getting worked, and good work by Whitmill's like Can you stop knocking me around?
I've had enough of that.
He nailed him. He nailed him after the play, which certainly happened. I don't blame him.
Yeah.
So those two continue to get after it. Quite the battle. And good team defense there. Francisco thinks about spot number 3. Kicks it out. Oh, dang. That was good ball movement and a good finish. Beyond dang. Good. All the way from Ricardo's big slice pizza, and Francisco just gets dropped. Charge called against Lakehead.
You think this is a one score game here, Mike? It's gotten loud in here now. You wouldn't think that the separation of the scoreline would be what it is, given the energy in this place.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of one-on-one battles going on in the court.
Yeah. Also, this might be Nate Smith's first action of the season because I can't find any statistics anywhere.
Well, I told them we were correct, and all likely we were correct because the roar he got was a pretty good one. So congratulations to him. We like to call it fairly even here on Thunderbirds broadcast anyway. So.
And yeah, I think
Coach is talking about the clock.
Yeah, I think he has a very fair point. There is no way that there's 16 seconds left, maybe half of that, maybe 8. Oh, Vito in front of us is saying it's 16, so it's 16.
Yeah, he's validating it with the thumbs up.
On we go.
There we go. Christofferson doesn't use any time anyways.
Wouldn't have mattered.
Good all the way from Denmark for Oliver Christofferson. Give him 8. You know, I only got the opportunity to see this new Thunderbirds team play in person once this season because it was just the Laurier home games. They wouldn't quit. They're just going hard the whole, both games. Didn't matter the score, and we're seeing that again this afternoon. And you know what? They're starting to get to Lakehead.
A little bit.
So that says a lot to me when you got records aside, when you got a team that hasn't got a win, getting to a team that's
fully agree
top of the table. Says a lot in terms of the respect they're earning on the court, I should say. And Francisco, one of those players, just continuing to battle. Whitmill's, of course, got to be careful with his personal foul, but hasn't stopped him from competing.
I wonder if Christofferson is a fan of the beautiful game, soccer, that is.
That's a great question, and you should ask him that, but he did tell me he loved playing soccer.
Okay.
And he still loves the game.
Well, I know that Denmark has a really, really, really big tie coming up against Scotland on Tuesday in international break here, so I wonder if he's going to tune into that. It'll be an afternoon kickoff, I think 2:45-ish, 3 o'clock, something like that. Big game.
Yeah, you'll have to ask him, but great young man. Got a chance to talk to him last week, and he did tell me he played a bunch of soccer as a kid and then got to that point where he had to choose between the two games he loved, but he still loves the game of soccer for sure.
Well, if anything changes around these parts, I mean, we do have a now reputable soccer team here, so.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought you were recruiting for Tassie's FC.
No. Those the days of recruitment, man, those are done. I'm just kicking it, having a good time. That's it.
Yeah, I don't think he'd qualify. He might be. Well, you guys got a young squad, but still, pretty young himself. So
we'll let him focus on the task at hand.
Yeah, university life and his studies and basketball. He's got his hands full.
Yes. So Another block for
Scarrett.
Scarrett.
Look at these T-Birds battle, though. Scrappy as can be. Good work to stop the Lakehead Thunderwolves. See if they can convert them to points. Yeah, a little bit too handsy, and that'll be Nate Smith getting on the score sheet in a different way as he pushed the T-Bird attacker.
That he did, and his coach giving him some friendly advice.
Both teams getting some instruction from their coaching staff. Coach Ryan Vitry telling his team what he'd like to see out of this set. Christofferson to Kaleo. Quick turn, spins, fires. Oh, that was right on the mark. Just didn't get it to drop.
And I don't think Algoma's, we talked about them in the women's game. They haven't been shy on good looks tonight. They've had some good looks, but not everything's falling.
I totally agree. Christofferson tried to knock it off the Lakehead player. I think he was successful.
That he was.
Good heads-up play.
Yep. And despite Sagal's absenteeism tonight in terms of production on the score sheet with only 2 points, I can't believe we're saying that. Lakehead has still put out a good offensive performance, already putting up 77 points with a little under 4 left to go.
Oh, absolutely, as Christofferson just got blown up there in the act of shooting. So this is the third time this season he's going to go to the line and shoot 3. So does a good job of drawing the contact. To your point on Slagle, this game's not going to support his point per game production. Because I know he was second on the team. Yeah, 17 points on average. So this is going to impact that for sure.
But you got to give Algoma credit for that because, obviously they had a difficult time shutting down Santa Cruz, but they did take care of one of the two that they wanted to take care of. So, you want to talk about a scout and working through a scout and these sorts of things. They've done all right, Algoma, in that respect.
I'd totally give them a check mark on that, and to a certain extent, they had, you're not going to keep him down forever, but Harold Santa Cruz, they had him buttoned up for a portion of the game as well. So
yes,
maybe a check mark and a half. As speaking of check marks, Christofferson perfect from the line, and he drops a dime right there. That was an unbelievable play, and what a finish by Kubahiro.
Ryan Thompson wanted to travel on that, didn't get it. Not particularly sure it matters anyways, but I get it. Why you do want every call, you want to battle every single possession. Nevertheless, I don't think from a defensive point of view that Lakehead should have ever allowed that pass to happen, so nice move of the post there.
Absolutely. And another call Algoma's way. Good work by Scarrett. That time knocking it off the Lakehead Thunderwolf player. And they'll back off and let Algoma carried across the timeline. Christofferson whips a pass. Had some pepper on it. Alejo takes it to the rack. And unable to get it to go, so now it's Lakehead down the other way.
Great work down low from Koulibaly. He's had himself a really nice game.
Nice work. There was 2 T-Birds he had to contest with. Oh, nice little pass there. Some good ball movement. Open 3. And just off the mark. I'm going to have to get you to help me with number 20's last name.
I think it's Aniqua.
Aniqua?
I think so.
Yeah, just off the mark. Thank you for Aniqua. Vallejo battling with Kulabalo. Didn't even hear the whistle there.
It's a heck of a lot of shouting.
And Lakehead, baseline out of bounds. Inbounding with just a couple seconds left, and they finish it. It's number 14, Gavin Ashworth.
Good take, good finish.
Yeah, contested layup gets it to go. 83-57 is your score. Francisco. Oh, what a move.
Good move himself.
Tries the left-handed layup from the right side, doesn't go. And with just $1:35 left in this game, we'll remind you that Algoma will be back here on Friday night to play the University of Toronto. It'll be an 8 p.m. start for the men's. Of course, the women's game will be a 6 p.m. start. And then back at it on Saturday, November 22nd. TMU will be in town. The tip will be 8 o'clock for that game. So please join us on OUA TV for those two games. And if you're in the Sioux area, come join us in the gym. It's an absolutely excellent atmosphere.
100%. Looking forward to the weekend, looking forward to the games, and I'm sure for both Algoma teams, looking forward to a good week in practice and training and getting that bounce back that they so deeply desire.
Yeah, and you were talking about Algoma just in terms of scoring. They're above their season average already. Usually put up around 54 points. So good work on that end. And holding Lakehead to around their average, I'm going to say is a job well done.
Certainly.
Scarrett now. Pass to Francisco, excuse me. Oh boy, that was dangerous.
Very.
Francisco comes up okay.
It didn't look like Singh wanted any of that contact the way that he went to the rim. I mean, with 26.1 seconds, why would you?
Yeah, pick your shots wisely. Singh wanted nothing to do with it. The battler, Francisco, will contest everything. Scarrett looking for some help. Finds it, and bang. Francisco now to Scarrett. Iniqua in the paint. Oh, nice move. Oh, double clutch, off glass and in. That was fantastic. By Iniqua.
Well, it's going to be a wrap, Mike.
It's going to do it as Lakehead dribbles it out. So they'll go to 6-2 on the season. And Algoma will drop a sixth straight game. That's going to do it for our crew. Final score at the George Leach Center in Sault Ste. Marie. 87 for the Lakehead Thunderwolves, and for the hometown T-Birds, 59. For Jay Houselander, Daniel Scarpino, Chris Carr, Superstar, Michael Magley saying so long from the Sioux. Ciao for now. Bye.
We're out. Thank you. Thank you, guys.